What's up, baby dolls? pDAI video for you. So Matty Allin from the PulseChain Community, he has been leading the way on this new pDAI airdrop thing. So we're gonna have to go through a few stuff because it's a bit alarming to me. Things a bit different. I guess I wish everyone the best. I just didn't know it was gonna play out like this. So context. So people want to know, Sommi, how come you're feeling something a bit different to normal real pDAI when it comes to this project? Well, the truth is, friends, when I went onto Matty Allin's show right here, I went onto the show, friends, 1v4, there we go, Roaring Kitty bandana, and we're talking about pDAI and stuff out here, of course. When we went on there, Richard did these tweets, they appear, and one of his tweets, he did the tweet FUD storm. And at the end, he goes, maybe you really want to do this, maybe do some sort of airdrop and remove the exploiters if you really wanted to do it. That was a very, very last tweet. So it was suggested, this was live as it was all happening. It was literally live as it's coming out. As it all plays out, the suggestion comes up, oh, let's do an airdrop. Okay, so that's what appears. So I'm just going into the series of events. So you got to remember, like, on stream, the tweet FUD storm just appears, and Richard's Twitter, his Twitter says, maybe we could do an airdrop thing, maybe. And then it was suggested on stream. Now, you gotta admit, man, this is really weird. As soon as I get off stream, I'm not kidding, friends, my jaw dropped. 60 minutes later. So let's say you get off the stream, whatever, it's 2 o'clock. 60 minutes later, you check the time, it's 3. Matty's got a post. Here's the airdrop. This is how we're going to do something big. And I was just like, whoa, man. I was like, that's weird, man. Like, it struck me. Now, remember, there's no right or wrong here. I was very surprised. Like, 60 minutes? I thought these things take time, like thinking about stuff, what's going to happen, what does it even involve? Ask the community. Go and speak to the people in the Telegram out here. Like, for example, pDAI Telegram, organically growing. It's at over 7,265 people now, friends. It's rocketing. No one spoke to anybody in there. And then, it gotta be, man. I'm just calling a spade. Everyone supporting this, they were from the anti-pDAI crowd. So it's like, this is how we're seeing it. We don't like you, and we have a solution for you. Do this. Now, the thing is, I thought at the start it was just going to be an airdrop. So I thought, this is what I originally thought, and this is what most of us thought. We all thought, friends, as we peg our nipples, we all thought the real pDAI, it ends in contract D0F, okay? D0F at the end, yeah? So we thought everyone's going to get airdropped, and you're just going to have a system copy on another address. And then the market's going to decide. Does the market rotate into the new contract address? That's what I thought was going to happen. Just like EHEX, PHEX. Yeah? No sacrifices, no nothing. We thought, okay, whatever rotates in, I guess the market is chosen. But I've just seen a post here from Matty, and apparently now, so let's read through his post. So there's a sacrifice for it. Now, I already, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, man, Mr. Too Spooky and Orange Gooey and so many other people, man, I'm literally, friends, I could literally watch, that vein? That vein inside your neck right here, you see that vein? I'm literally in real time imagining them reading it and just have a fit of rage. Just like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, no, delete it. Don't let him see this. Just gonna see this big explosion. Because, like, obviously some history, friends. PulseChain sacrifices have a very, very bad record with the results. Because what happens is, I'm going to give you a very neutral diplomatic response, okay? So what happens is, everyone who's a potential buyer on the chain, they throw their money into one place and everyone gets one price. So it's like the traffic jam example. When everyone tries to be early, no one's early. That's why. So we've seen things like liquid loans. Friends, the $100 million has been raised from PulseChain Community. Everything's just gone down. And look, friends, I'll be honest, okay? A lot of these people have said a lot of bad things about me. A lot of bad things. And I'll come out with Spoonie, okay? I'll come out with Spoonie, yeah? And I could say nicer things, but I'll just leave it at this. Like, a lot of it is just a product of the cycle, okay? I'm not going to say a lot of nice things, but I would have. I'm seeing a lot of junk from a lot of these people, friends. Like, you guys have been throwing stones from the glassiest of glass houses. Your glass house is so glassy, it's made of paper straws. I can literally bend over, hang a fart. I could rip a dirty, smelly, trumpet-like fart and blow that house over. That's how, like, you have no legs to stand on, man. You've literally taken millions and millions and millions, all you guys. All of them does sacrifices, and there's just nothing to show for it, okay? So, but and here's the thing. E-hex and P-hex was another kind of migration, right? You got a 2-copy, and the market decided, all right? So that is something that we haven't seen actually happen because there's no money involved. It's just you give people another contract, right? So that's some context, some backstory out here. And, you know, I would have kept it quiet, but there's a lot of anti-Sommi stuff coming out here. So, yeah, you know, all these new people coming to PulseChain. Yeah, you guys want to know the truth? All the new people coming in, you want to know the truth? Yeah. Sacrifice projects, ass. $100 million taken from the community, down only, literally down only, minus 99%. Ravaged. Where'd the money go? No one knows. Crushed. Literally crushed. Okay, now, now you understand the context. Like, okay, wow, all these things go down only. See, the odds are stacked against you. Now, Maddie's got sacrifice for the freedom to believe in stables that can pump. Read everything. Sacrifice to the PulseX SAC address only. So this is something. So it is a sacrifice project, but it goes to the PulseX sacrifice wallet. So that's where it's like, okay, I guess it's Maddie's game theory, where he's like, look, I don't want to give you a free token that you just dump. Okay, but Maddie, here's the thing, bro. And this is going to be a zinger. You're following Richard's instructions where he said maybe fork it. Let me just show you the exact tweet. Okay, finally, and if for some reason, sunk cost fallacy or whatever, you have to make this token made by people that do not care about you at all work, airdrop all the non-exploiters their percentage with a new ERC20 that's not backed. So that's not hacked, okay? So Richard's tweet literally says, if you really want to continue, okay, give all the non-exploiters just their percentage. If you really want to continue. That's why this is not what he said. So that's why the zinger is like, if you really believed in Richard's Twitter words, you would airdrop everyone a new pDAI contract and see what the market's going to choose. And that's it. Just like E-hex, P-hex. How come it's this, but now I'm just trying to help. So, remember, friends, I don't have any criticism. I'm just going to be watching. I'm sitting it out. There's no criticisms or anything. It's just like, it is. I'm looking at it from everyone's perspective. Like, this isn't what Richard said. If you're following Richard's gospel from his Twitter, he said, airdrop everybody a new contract and see what happens. See if they move off the exploiter. You see? But with this one, just to continue to cover the points, it's sacrificing the PulseX SAC. So it includes stable coins, old pDAI. Well, this is like the real pDAI. See, it's got D0F. So, call it old pDAI. Is Bitcoin old Bitcoin or is it just Bitcoin? It's Bitcoin. So, you know, you can't call it an old pDAI. It's pDAI, bro. And I'm going to show you a few things. We're going to get, this is important, all right? We live in a world where, friends, anybody can make a JPEG or a meme ticker of anything. So what's the point? If they're all just like words, what does it mean? Well, use the example, right? Remember, friends, if there are 20 Vlads in a room, they all have the name tag Vlad, right? The name tag Vlad. Okay, and shout out to Vlad. The example I use is, okay, they all have the name tags Vlad. You go, hey, Vlad, and they're like, which one? There's 20 of us. Yeah, but they might have different emails. Right? They might have different emails, different like classifications that make them differently. Maybe one guy's Vlad Putin, right? We don't want him in our Telegram. We want Vlad Babydoll. We want Babydoll Vlad. You get it? Maybe his email is literally babydoll_Vlad69@hotmail.com. So, and obviously within network effects, who's going to have different network effects? Obviously, Vladdy Putin's going to have the biggest network effect. For example, right? It's the same thing with crypto. Now, you can sacrifice as well Maddie token, ETH, PulseX to get these blocks out here. So, the sacrifice period is April Fools. And there's even more details. There's like a bonus for them. Stables can't pump, points have no value, so that's just like the legal stuff out here. Now, I want to know what you guys think about it. I presented that, but I've already shown you like Richard, like whose words are you following now? Now you just made something up. That's what it feels like. It's like, well, are you following Twitter, Richard, or are you just making things up with your own twist? Like, what if that's the wrong move? We don't know, you know? I'm not going to be participating. I'll just be watching. Okay. I've also made a tweet. I said, if the rumored OA wallets, the rumored Richard Hart wallets on PulseChain, if they bought that new one, I'm going to take it as PsyOps. If I saw that. Just to mentally prepare. I'd still take it as PsyOps. Because of what I'm about to show you. Okay. Yeah. What would actually make me change? It would be, see, the blockchain speech. And there's an army of engineers, metaphorically speaking, who are working on stuff. Okay. I'll show you what I want. If I want things to change. So let's look at this. Firstly, sacrifice projects usually have poopy charts. So the odds are tough to battle. That's already like, it's a sacrifice project. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, you know, like even PulseX as well and everything, PulseX, PulseChain, even though they're Big Daddy, Richard Hart stuff, it's still hard odds. Next, the real pDAI was test minted on May 11th, 2023, 2 days before PulseChain launch. You know, I tell people that. They don't even believe it. They're like, no, that can't be true. Yes, bro. Yes, it is true. We have the transaction. I've made the posts. I've made the videos. On May 9th of 2023, MakerDAO released SDAI, Spark protocol. May 9th. On May 10th, Richard took the snapshot. On May 11th, he did the infinite minting pDAI test. He tested it. He minted pDAI. It was the first thing, bro. It was the first day's test. Let's do this. He really has been planning. Oh, but I don't know. No, it's just stupid coin. Stupid pDAI. So that's someone who's, they're ready, man. They're ready. And that was, 2023. I said the dates right. So remember, May 11, he does the test, transaction. May 13, PulseChain launches. Okay. That contract was tested. That's like Satoshi made BTC. That's it. We're like 18 chapters into the story. That's where it originated from. Do you see what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. Next thing. So remember, I'm trying to just look at what the market's doing. That's all, friends. What the market's thinking about stuff. Next thing. The real pDAI was the first logo on the PulseX website. So contract D0F, I'll put in the description. Obviously, the pDAI, right? There's only one, right? This pDAI, this was the first one. If you scroll down here, see how it ends in D0F. This was the first logo put on PulseX. Also, before I even type in, I've seen Trevor commenting on this. Richard Hart must be so embarrassed and ashamed. Oh, so he's talking about the thing. I don't know if... I'd like to hear your thoughts. What about it is it? Like, I just want to be fair as well, friends. It's not going into Maddie's wallet. It's going into the PulseX sacrifice as well. But I'm not sure if... But we don't know with these, man. Sometimes, you know, things change. We'll see. Here's my thread. Here's my thread. Man, what a cracker thread. Look at this. This is my post, friends. pDAI was the very first logo on PulseX shown by Richard Hart. Logo at launch. Check it out. And I've just done some updates and stuff out here. And the comments are already chiming in. I'll just give it a quick refresh as well, friends. So, now I've got a lot of stuff to cover. But yes, that picture I showed you. This, look, all this tells me, friends, look, there's on-chain actors who probably really believe that the world needs a decentralized stablecoin. And the contract DOF from pDAI, the MakerDAI, now there's Pulse MakerDAI. That's what has been happening on-chain. You know, and even all of this, right, just to compound that even more, the blockchain actors have been configuring PulseChain MakerDAO to peg pDAI to pUSDC, which it is. Right now, it's already pegged. It's like foreshadowing. It's like what I'm interpreting it. Wow, I can do miracles. pDAI is pegged to pUSDC on-chain right now. They're pegged at 1-to-1. Now they're working on pDAI to pUSDT, so the Tether one, which right now, here it is. Okay, literally, it went from 0, whoop, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to get to this 1 if they can actually do it, and it'll just be like that. Bip, 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 bip. That's exactly what the pDAI pUSDC one is. So... that's why, like, then it's going to be, this one has on-chain actors benevolently pegging it. That's the OG pDAI. And then something else that comes after, okay, it's going to have to, how does it separate itself? That is probably how these things will price themselves out. Because if you can read the chain, people are going to be looking at the chain. They're like, oh, this contract, I know, because there's already a pump tires JPEG, DAI. There's already JPEG DAI. Does that have on-chain actors pegging it? No. It's just a pump tires JPEG. There's nothing going on blockchain around it happening. Okay, so with all of these known, I'm going to be watching from the sidelines. Here's Misty and Pikachu in the forest. Very, very cute, lovely picture. What I'll do, play some Pokemon music right here. Have you been enjoying this bull cycle so far? That's a trick question. What bull cycle, huh? I know. It was bad, friends. I know. So, yes, I'm very inquisitive, friends. I'd like to inquire. Quite the inquiry. Let's just scroll down. I do these off the cuff. Always scroll down, check out the comments. Here we have Mr. Crypto Tech Daz. Sommi, are you down for a space? I might come to the space, sirs. I might. You got to remember as well, yeah. Maybe I'll come to the space. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you gotta remember, man, I just did. Friends, I was literally dying. You understand? I was literally dying. With my videos, it was taking me, you know, I was doing a video. Yeah, you see a video go for 15 minutes. Dude, it took me 60 minutes to record those. You know, like after 2 minutes in, I'd have to just cough for 5 minutes, I'll pass out, come back out. Okay, now I can do the next like freaking 30 seconds of it. That's what it was. It's just taking me so long. I did 4 debates in 5 days. Friends, I did a 1v4 and a 1v9. I hadn't even a 1v10, and then Royce and Hart comes out. Shout out to baby doll Royce and Hart. Royce and Hart came back me up. You know what I mean? So I've done all them. It's the same thing. And then I know, man. It's not even frustrating. I'm just like, look, man. If the price is higher, you just learn more. If the price is lower, you hate it more. That's what it comes down to. But yeah, we'll see how those things go out. When it comes to these as well, friends, like there's not much you can do. It's kind of like, let's say there's 2 footy teams. They're going to play each other. 2 football teams. And like, they're about to do the kickoff. And then like, imagine you're like, hey, let's commentate. Let's do an analysis of the match. We're like, bro, they just, like, you let the game play now. You know what I mean? That's where it is right now. The prices are low, let the game play. And everyone can have their own opinions. Just let the game play out. That's the prices and stuff. What's going on here. Let me know what you're going to do. Mr. JT, if you weren't holding pDAI or holding a little before the snapshot, PulseX is the best value. Back at ya. The community has all but collapsed. Don't worry, the rats will launch more garbage to rug. Crypto Sofa. So now we're talking sacrifices, huh? Classic move. Bait with an airdrop, then throw in a token sacrifice to create the illusion of exclusivity. Sounds like a remix of the same old game with a shiny new wrapper. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That Sack D's. Not sure about this one. Might be worth $180 PulseX punt. Mitch. Keep what you have. If you want the new one, wait till after the run-up on the first few days, then buy at cheaper prices. That's usually what happens. We talk a lot about this IQ testing stuff, but sacrificing for a Matic coin now becomes a retardio confirmation test. This is beyond IQ testing. Very, very interesting. Here we go. Sham. This has got to be the lowest Maddie ever sunk. This means you'd have to send at least $1,000 to be eligible without guarantee to be kicked off. Oh, I didn't read, I guess, that part. So $1,000 to be eligible. So yeah, that's what it is, Maddie. I'll just tell you, bro. Like, so you watch my videos, friends. Everyone's watching my videos. Like, the onus is on you now to get something that performs, because like we've had every single destructive thing come from a sacrifice. Everything. And friends, that's just don't, dude. If you're from a sacrifice project, just do yourself a favor. You can talk about anyone. Just don't get into my spotlight. Just do yourself, just don't. You literally vultured, parasite, stolen from the people. No one believes anything you say about me. You know what I mean? And no one cares. Literally, but I don't even care what you say. No one cares. Just, you can't come back from that. You literally can't. They just have to just disappear and just fade away, you know? That's what they're facing. See, that's what they're facing, friends. They're facing, Maddie, that's what you're up against. Also, Maddie, what's your response, bro? Like, you're not even following Richard Hart's words. I thought this was the gospel. It's kind of like I'm reading from the gospel. They used to do this, by the way, in the Middle Ages. Peasants and people, like you and me, we were not allowed to learn how to read. Only like the religious hierarchy was allowed to learn how to read. So they're like, hey, God in here says, you got to let me fornicate with your wife on the first night of marriage. That's what it says right here in the text, because they couldn't read. And by the way, they do stuff like that, friends. There were stories in the Middle Ages, people just manipulate stuff because they're in a position of power. Like, oh, God said, you got to give me like 1/3 of everything on your farm. Otherwise, you're not getting into heaven. And everyone's like, oh, it's, you know what I mean? That's, if we're going off Richard's words in this context. But what about blockchain is speech part? Yeah. Like I say, friends, actions speak louder than words, you know? So that wallet DO, that contract address DOF, that's the one that's being pegged with all the universal things. It's not just another JPEG, right? It's funny, JPEGs have the word peg in them. That's even more funny. It's just not just another meme thing. You know, well, that's what the on-chain stuff says. Like, do you really believe? That's what it's a test. Do you really believe? That's what it comes down to. Let me know your thoughts, friends. Catch you in the next one.